right, John Kemper here at the PE Center. Once again, the final score, the Lady Saints, they're not the Lady Saints, but the Saints get the win in this one, 74-57. And with it, they improve to 21-5, and they go 9-3 in the Frontier Conference. Some stats for you in this one. For Carroll College, Jamie Pickens with 23 points and 10 boards. It was 14 points for Wagner, 13 for Christine Denny. And Carroll as a team shot 50.9% from the field, 26 from 3, and 83% at the free throw line. And we talked about rebounds. Carroll ended up with 13 offensive boards in this game. They only had 4 going into halftime, and they finished with a total of 30 rebounds. And just a great night for them. For Western, they were led in scoring by Brynlyn Fitzgerald. She had 16 points. They shot 47.4 from the field, 42 from 3, but just 68% from the free throw line. Carroll College put in 21 in the first, 18 in the second, 19 in the third, 16 in the fourth for their 74 points. And Western put in 10, 21, 15, and 11 for 57. Carroll had 28 points in the paint to just Montana Western's 14. Second chance points, Carroll big time, 15 of those, just 6 for Western. All right, we're going to give you the St. Peter's Health Player of the Game. St. Peter's Health is hiring people like you. Jobs are now open, offering $15 per hour minimum wage, full benefits, and family gym memberships. Apply today at sphealth.org/careers. And our St. Peter's Health Player of the Game for Carroll College is none other than Jamie Pickens. She finished with 23 points, 10 boards, 7 defensive, 4 offensive rebounds, and she made 5 for 5 at the free throw line. So a great game for Jamie Pickens, and congratulations on her, to her for being the St. Peter's Health Player of the Game. So you were over fraternizing and talking with all these people. So I'll let you catch up on these stats if you want. But,
amazing game by Jamie Pickens, especially. I mean, 9 for 10 from the field. Give me a break. 5 for 5 from the free throw line. 10 boards, 23 points. Amazing game by Jamie. There were times I thought in the second half when Carroll put on a clinic on how to run zone offense, how to run man-to-man offense. 5 girls touch the ball, bring it one side, bring it back to the other, get the ball inside, kick it back outside, get it back inside, and then when you miss, crash the boards. I mean, they were just unbelievable. I think Carroll, when they went to their second unit didn't play as well as they can, and they're going to need to be. But, they've had as everybody has had a lot of illness this year. So some of those girls are just getting back, and they'll improve better.
Yeah.
And here's Rachelle Sayers now.
All right.
Good going, Coach. Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Coach Sayers, on another victory. So let me turn your mic on. I'm notorious for getting that.
Most people probably would be happy if they couldn't hear me.
No, not at all, not at all. Well, I'm going to let Coach talk to you,
okay.
But my main question was, you're down the stretch. You got 3 games left in the season. Every one of them feels like a must-win if you want to get into those top 2 spots. But after tonight's game, as you springboard into those last 3, how do you feel?
I feel good. I think we had we talk about, a season is full of peaks and valleys, and we had some valleys there, and the kids just kept coming in, kept working hard, kept getting better. And, I feel like the last 2, maybe even 3 years, we've peaked a little early. We were playing really well in November, playing good in December, and I don't know if we got worn out or, we just got a little complacent, or I didn't do a good enough job to keep getting them better every day. And so I feel like this year we're at a different place. I feel like we are getting better still.
Absolutely.
Rachelle, 9 offensive rebounds the second half. I mean, that was amazing. And we shot so well the second half too, but when we missed, we went and got it. I thought there were times the second half where you just put on a clinic offensively on both your zone offense and your man. Like, bring the ball to one side, bring it back to the other, bring the ball inside, kick it back outside. get a great shot. If you miss it, everybody goes to the boards. I don't know if I've seen you play better against a good team than they did, especially that first unit.
Well, I'm glad you felt that way because, as you're watching them, they're changing defenses constantly, and you just never settled. You never feel good about what you're in until you get a score, and then you come down the next time and they've changed, so you just never get comfortable. I thought, again, just trying to keep it real consistent, and I really this week talked to the players about let's really focus on what we're trying to run and what we're trying to do. Don't worry about what they're doing. Don't try to read what they're doing, and I thought that really helped us.
How hard is that not to remind your players not to get caught up in what the other team's doing, but you play your brand of basketball?
Yeah. Well, I think you saw in a few of those turnovers where we didn't do that, where there is somebody wide open and we just turned and fired at them, and we turned it over because the other person was thinking, run our stuff, do what we're supposed to be doing. So she's thinking about her next cut, just keeping the ball moving. And so when we settled in and just started cutting and moving the ball, getting ball and player movement, then eventually the ball is going to find the open player.
That's exactly what happened. And I'm telling you, the crowd loved it. And this was a monster crowd, Rachelle. I mean, the place is about, I'd say it's 85-90% capacity for your game here at Carroll College in Helena, Montana. And they loved it. I mean, it was so much fun to watch girls who can play the game and pass the ball like that.
Yeah, well, I've been saying that, so I hope we get to 100% capacity here shortly because this group plays really hard. They're super unselfish. Again, 22 assists on 27 made field goals and 5 players in double figures. This is a group of kids that wants to win, and they don't care how they do it. They're just going to keep working hard to get it done.
Offensive boards, I just want to go back to that really quick because towards the end of the game, you had a set where it seemed like you had the ball for a couple minutes. I know I'm exaggerating, but how does that wear out a defense and just the other team, just on the defensive end, not even counting the fact they're going to have to get back on their offensive side?
Oh, absolutely, and you saw it in the first half. We only gave up 3 in the first half, but 2 of the 3 ended up getting their best player a 3-point shot. And so they scored 6 points on those because you're just not quite as sharp. You're trying to match up. You're trying to find your player. You're trying to get back to zone. And then you got to start all over again. And so it happened to us too. And that's something we really pride ourselves in. And we talked about, our goal every game is to get 20. Now, we didn't do it because we didn't do a great job in the first half. But you're right. Those offensive boards helped us for sure.
Rachelle, what have you got now coming up this Saturday or Thursday?
Thursday we have Tech at home, which is senior night, which is big night for us, and then we've got to turn around and go to Rocky, and we finish on the road at the top 2 teams. We go Rocky and then to Providence, so we've got a long haul ahead of us. Obviously we're going to enjoy this. I'm going to jump in my car and head to Missoula and see my kid play for the first time and I don't know how long, and so we're going to enjoy this till Sunday night, and then we got to flip the page and get ready for the next.
That official shortage, shortage of officials is paying off for you today.
Yep, and it actually benefited me, absolutely.
Well, have a safe trip over there. We thank you so much for catching up with us.
Yes, thank you.
So congratulations
Thanks,
again
Coach.
on the win. All right, that was Coach Rachelle Sayers. She's going to get in her car and go over and watch Capital take on Hellgate. And that one you can hear because of the official shortage in Missoula that happened today, and it's gone on all season. They had to move the game. So the pregame will start at 6:45, and the tip will start about 7 p.m., and you'll be able to hear that on the FM KCAP, 95.9 FM, and online at kcap.com. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll get you set for the guys' game as both teams are warming up here at the PE Center. This is Carroll College basketball on Rewind 94.9 and online at kcap.com.
That went well.
Yeah, that was great. All right, well, hey, basketball continues to roll on here at Carroll College as the number 12 Saints host Western. Good afternoon. John Kemper sitting in for Daniel Sally. He'll be back next Thursday. And I'm coming to you today from the Brad Schmidt Allstate Insurance broadcast booth, and joined here in just a moment by my broadcast partner, Coach Gary Turcotte. Carroll coming off an 80-66 win over MSU Northern on Thursday night. The win improved their overall record to 23-3 and 9-2 in the Frontier. They currently sit in second place, one game behind the 10-1 Montana Tech Ore Diggers, who they're going to see next Thursday. Western, they lost to that Tech team on Thursday, 76-69, and fell to 15-11 overall, 4-7 in the Frontier, which puts them in fourth place. All right, welcome in again, Coach Turcotte. Well, this Carroll team has won 3 in a row coming into this one today and has beat Western, just like the women's side, beat Western both times they have faced each other this season.
Well, they have. Western hasn't always been at full strength this season. They, like everyone, at one time or another, have had a lot of illness stuff, that everybody's dealing with in our country, and they've missed some players, but they are at full strength tonight, and they're playing well. They had Tech down. Montana Tech is, I think, clearly the best team in the conference. It's hard for me to say that because Carroll's awful good, but Western is, Tech is awfully good. They're just deeper than everybody. But they had Tech down late, and Tech just kind of, right at the end, kind of gutted it out and won it. And they're very capable. They have speed. They have some size. They have quickness. They have shooters. They have kids that can really shoot. Probably they have as much offensive firepower or more than Carroll, where Carroll kind of, I think, is maybe a tad stronger than maybe anybody except Tech is defensively. Carroll is really, really good defense. They just really get after you. But so does Montana Tech. Those two teams are the best defensive teams in the league. But everybody's got firepower, and Western is one of those that really does have some firepower. We'll see it tonight.
Yeah, with Tech looming on their schedule next Thursday, and the top spot in the Frontier really could be on the line there. There's some other stuff that has to happen.
Yeah.
How difficult is it as a coach or a player to really focus on a game today and not look ahead? It seems like the good teams are able to do that. But
they are, and Carroll has to, because Carroll actually still could win this thing. If they win out, they're going to win it, because they'll have the hammer on Western. By that I mean on Tech, they will have beat them 2 out of 3. If they end up tied, which they could, assuming they both win out except for the Carroll Tech game, Carroll will win it. So you can't afford to not come out ready to go and take anything for granted, especially with somebody that's got the firepower that Western has. Jamel Stevenson, he can do whatever he wants on a basketball floor, and so can Jalen Hodges. Those two guys, they're really a handful. And then Max Clark, who did not play last time against Carroll, a really good point guard. And he's a great facilitator and can shoot. And then 2 pure shooters in Tanner Haverfield and Michael Haverfield. Those guys are pure. They're 2 kids that grew up in Dillon, Montana, shooting in their backyard, playing horse against each other, and they're pure when you see them shoot.
Dillon just puts out athletes.
Boy,
you got Troy Anderson. If you talk about football, and you got these basketball players, and it's quite amazing. Well, for Coach Paulson, he's in his 4th season. He's taken the Saints to a national championship game, a Final 8. He's qualified his team for the national tournament every season. As a former coach, what has made Coach Paulson so successful at this point at Carroll?
Well, 2 things that are, I think, absolutely exceptional. The first thing is his recruiting. He is a really, really good recruiter, and he knows. And part of that is being a good judge. Is this a person that can fit into our culture, into our school? Can he do the academic rigor required at Carroll? And then is he a good enough basketball player, and does he fit into what I want? And then once he identifies him, he really, really puts the hammer down and tries to sell him. And he's been able to get some great players. And then I think the second thing about Kurt is I think he's a great defensive coach. I think he really, really gets defense. And he gets those kids to buy in, and they play so hard for him. And then he does a lot of other things, right? He keeps it really simple. He's a good communicator, all those things. But there's a lot of guys that do that. But There's not everybody recruits as hard as he does, and not everybody coaches as hard as he does on defense.
Well, in the recruit trip, I mean, paying off this year, picking up Braden Cook over Capital, that's going to be an exciting one to watch over
You
the
bet.
next few
We're
years.
so excited about him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll continue with the Carroll College pregame show powered by Placer Motors. This is Saints basketball on Rewind 94.9 FM and online at kcap.com. Thanks. Hey. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Meeting Center on the campus of Carroll College for today's game.
Okay, John Kemper and Coach Turcotte back. We'll going to have to step aside here in just a minute for the national anthem. I didn't time that very well today, Coach. So my bad on that one. But,
That's okay.
But, I mean, you watch these two teams warm up, and they look ready to go.
Yeah.
And the intensity, not to say women's basketball isn't intense, it is, but there's just a different gear that happens with guys basketball.
Heavenly Father, we give you thanks for your love and goodness. We ask your blessing upon both teams tonight. May they be protected from injury and use well the gifts you've given them. Bless all of us here tonight and help us to know that you are always with us. May we show our gratitude in the way we care for others. We pray this in your name, in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. At this time, as we pay honor to the
at Carroll College as National Anthem just finished it up. So we'll get the starting lineups here and get underway between the number 12 Carroll College Saints hosting Montana Western today. Well, Coach, we get ready for this one, and we'll have some more guests joined at halftime, of course. That's going to be exciting in this reunion, kind of a alumni weekend here at Carroll. But what are you, as you look at these two, what are you most excited for today's game?
Well, I mean, I always look at the defense to see which team is going to come out to start the game and dominate defensively. And Carroll has been doing that most of the teams that they've played all year. If they can come out and set the tone defensively, and Coach Paulson starts his best defensive unit. And so that'll be interesting to see, can they keep Western off balance to get a start and get a nice little lead. And then Western, what are they going to do against Jovan Slovakanen? How are they going to play him? Because you can't guard him with just one player, I don't think. When do you help? How do you help? Do you single him? Do you double team him? Do you do it right away? Do you do it off the dribble? Those are the things I'll be looking for right off the bat.
All right, well, let's jump to the starting lineups. We'll start with this Montana Western team. They go with Jamal Stevenson. We talked about him in the pregame, 6'3" junior from Skokie, Illinois. And then from Dillon, Montana, a redshirt junior at 6'4", Tanner Haverfield. Follow that with the guard at 6'6", a senior from Duluth, Georgia. That's Jalen Hodges. And then from Dillon, Montana, also a redshirt freshman at 6'4", Michael Haverfield. And they finish out with the 6'3" senior from Lawrenceville, Georgia, Max Clark. For this Carroll College team, names are all familiar, right? Guard at 6'4", freshman from Huntington Beach, California. That's Andrew Cook. Follow that with the senior at 6'5", a forward from Belgrade, Serbia, Jovan Slovakanen. And the senior at 6'1" from Ferris High School in Spokane, Washington, Shamrock Campbell. And the 6'2" junior from Post Falls, Idaho, Genesis Prep, Johnny Hillman. And rounding out the starting lineup for this Carroll College team, Brendan Temple, the forward at 6'8", a junior from Castle Rock, Colorado. All right, so both teams out on the court, getting ready to go. Of course, Carroll wearing their home white jerseys, purple numbers, Carroll across the chest. And for Western, they have Bulldogs across the chest, red tops, red bottoms with some black and red stripes, and of course numbers in black outlined in white, and a Bulldog where a name tag could be if you wanted one. Okay, so here we go. First half underway. The tip will go to Western. Western lost on Thursday. Carroll won on Thursday. 3 games after tonight in the conference. Left in the conference, a 3 from the corner. That one is good, as it is Haverfield hitting his first shot of the game, and it's 3-0.
That was deep, John, really
Very
deep.
deep.
Yeah.
Jovan hands this one off. A long-range 2, fall, a fadeaway by Campbell, and it's good. They answer back. Carroll trails 3-2, just underway here in the first half. Max Clark working with it. He'll hand this one off to Hodges. Now back to Clark. Clark drives in, kicks it out. Stevenson with it. In the corner to Haverfield, and then back out this one to Clark. Clark working. Still working. Little turnaround on the fadeaway. That's no good. Fight for the rebound, and Carroll will come away with it. Campbell up with it. A lot of energy here as we're just 1 minute into the first half. 3-2. Western with the lead. Slovakanen with it. Now they go up top. That goes to Hillman. Slovakanen, he's going to drive in right side, off the glass, no good, gets his own rebound, and he'll put it back up. Little hook, no good either, but another rebound by Carroll, and we're going to have a jump ball. That will favor Carroll College. So Jovan with a couple opportunities there, just couldn't get him to drop. It's 3-2 at 18:36 here in this first half.
And we got a little delay here. I think they're worried about the shot clock, but I guess we're 19 seconds. Yeah, we're good.
So they get that straightened out. Carroll inbounding on the baseline. Get this one in. They whip it up top, and a 3. That's going to be well short off the front of the rim by Temple, and it will be grabbed by the Bulldogs. Stevenson brings it up, gets this one to Clark. Clark rotates to the top, over to Stevenson on the right elbow, being guarded by Campbell. Stevenson stops his dribble, gets this one to Hodges. Hodges left side and in for two on the layup, 5-2, Western. Campbell brings it up court. Slovakinen going in and out of the paint. Goes to Hillman, now Slovakinen. Right side, left side, now out to Campbell. Campbell, a long-range three, that one no good. Rebound will go to Stevenson. He just out-elevated everyone for that one. And here comes Western. In the corner, another three. That one is no good. Chasing it down, though, is Western's Hodges. And now this pass, or this ball will be tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay Western ball. 17:38, first half, 5-2. Western leading Carroll, and they have the ball. Inbounding from the corner. Clark looking to get it in. Gets it to Stevenson. Goes up top, that one to Hodges. They work it around. Clark with it again on the left elbow. Clark gets this to Hodges. Hodges out, and boy, a three coming, and that one no good. And the rebound, though, will go back.
Oh!
Ooh, boy, that will be a foul on Carroll.
Yeah.
Lowering the shoulder, and was Western's player. I believe it was Clark who lowered his shoulder.
Yeah,
on that
it
one.
really blasted Johnny Hillman, who was there for about a month. Yeah, he was there. He was there starting the last week of January, and I don't know what the referee was looking at on that.
Yeah, the referee, the play was in front of him, but
yeah,
he was also blocked by Hillman himself,
and
so he didn't see that lower.
He took a real shot, too, so coach is getting him out of there, let him catch his wind.
Yeah, so Hillman takes a break, checking in for him.
Garrett Long.
Yeah, and the next free throw is good. So he goes 1 for 2, does Hodges, and it's 6-2 Western. 7:19 here in the first half. And an offensive foul is going to go on Cook. Coach Paulson not happy with that one whatsoever.
What you want is consistency, John. You really do. And this crew has gotten off to a bad start.
7:14 first half, 6-2, Western leading Carroll. Carroll going into a press now. Stevenson with it, gets this one back to Max Clark, and Clark will get it across the half court, Now Clark working, comes to the left side, now to Hodges. Hodges drives in, goes up, shot no good. It will be rebounded by Campbell, and here comes the Saints. 16:50 first half, 6-2. Little jumper by Cook, and that one is good. Cuts the lead to 2, 6-4. That's 6:40. Almost felt like Carroll's had to weather a storm here in the first couple minutes. Three is tossed up. That one no good. Slovakinen with the rebound. Jovan brings it up. Looks, gets it to Campbell. Campbell at the top of the key. Working against Haverfield. And now a long two, and we're tied as Cook has hit the last four. 6-6, 6-13 first half.
Is he a good-looking freshman or what?
Really great. You really forget he's a freshman almost immediately.
Yeah.
All right, Western with it. Hodges with it on the left side. He drives into the paint. Now he tries to kick this one out to the right side, and it's going to be wisely tossed off a Carroll player. That was by Michael Haverfield. So it'll be Western ball as they'll take it out in front of the Carroll College bench. 6:54 first half, 6-6 between Western and Carroll. Clark looks, gets it into Stevenson. Stevenson, no shots yet. And now this pass is tipped and taken away.
Johnny Hillman.
And
oh,
Hillman took it, but then Hodges gets it back, and we're going to have a whistle. Hillman highly aggressive right there to get that away. It's going to go as a turnover now for Carroll College. And Hillman will inbound to Slovakinen, or vice versa. They're going to take it out.
You You think there's a little intensity with these coaches? They're right in front of us, John.
Yeah,
I don't know
exactly.
in Helena High if you're where you are, but we're right in the middle of it, and it is very, very intense.
Driving and then kicking it back out is Carroll. Hillman. Slavankinen with it now. And now Hillman with it. Down to Slavankinen, and he gives Carroll the lead.
Really a nice find by Johnny Hillman. And he really, really played well here Thursday night, and he's picking up right where he left off.
8-6, 15 minutes to go, first half. Haverfield with it at the top. Gets this one to Clark. Clark's going to go in. His shot is no good. He goes to the ground. Slavankinen comes away with the rebound. He gets it to Hillman. Hillman spots up, takes a three. That one just misses. Rebound will go out of bounds, and it will be off of, looks like Western here, so it's going to be Carroll College ball. Chan has subbed in. Slavankinen takes the inbound pass, looks for Campbell for a second. Now he starts his dribble, comes into the paint, still working. Little turnaround floater, and it's good.
And Western is not double teaming him. And remember, we talked about that at the beginning, and they're just letting him go one-on-one, and he's too good. He's also a good passer, so you pick your poison.
So it's 10-6 now. Carroll, they've gone on an 8-0 run against this Western team at 14-17. Haverfield works into the paint. Now he kicks it out to the right side, to the left side rather. And this ball gets batted away by Hillman, and Slavankinen will come away with it. Gets it to Hillman. Campbell behind the defense lays it in for two. They've doubled up Western here in the last couple minutes. It's 12-6. Carroll leading the Bulldogs. Stevenson with it. Goes over to the right side. That's to Miller. Now back to Stevenson, who hasn't had a shot yet. Now he's going for it. Goes up. His shot's good, and he's fouled. So he'll go to the line for an and one. He just basically a force of will working down there.
Yeah, and I think it was a great shot and a great move, but I think it's a no call. Yeah.
So timeout on the court here at 13:39 on the Mike Miller State Farm Insurance scoreboard. It is 12-8, Carroll with the lead. And when we come out of the timeout, Stevenson will take the and one. Don't forget, at the end of this one, we'll bring you the St. Peter's Health Player of the Game. Join the team that helps care for our community. St. Peter's Health is hiring, great benefits, and a great family gym membership. Quickly apply today at sphealth.org/careers. All right, so 12-8, Carroll with the lead.
Yeah.
Could be cut 12-9.
Yeah, and so far, Western has decided not to double team Jovan Slavankinen, which has been interesting because he's going to get an awful lot of shots if that continues. And Western is really spread. I mean, their offense, they got four guys in the corner, or three guys in the corners, and then one guy setting an on-ball screen, and then he screens and then pops even wider, and it just creates a massive open lane. And then they got all those shooters out there. They're all spotted up on the three-point line, and that's how they want to play. And it can be very effective. And I can see why they caused Montana Tech problems with that.
So some early scoring. Slavankinen with 4, Campbell with 4 to lead the scoring for Carroll College. They're hitting 55% from the field. Haven't taken a 3 yet. Just 33% from the field for this Western team. They're 1 for 4 at from behind the line, or behind the three-point line. All right, so Stevenson getting ready for this N1, puts it up, and it's good. Cuts it to a three-point game, 12-9. And now some pressure, not too much.
And they're going to try to spy on Jovan, or on Campbell, so he can't bring it up and set up the offense.
So instead they go to Long to run it. Now Slavankinen comes into the paint, skips through 2 defenders and lays it in. He has 6. Boy, he is just a force to deal with.
Yes, he is.
Carroll goes up 14-9 at 13-19 in the first half. Stevenson now with it. Comes to his right, and now gets this pass off. It's going to go to Haverfield. And now this pass almost taken. We're going to have an offensive foul. That's going to be on Hillman.
And that's 4 team fouls on Carroll, 0 on Western. And I got to be honest, it's a little surprising.
Yeah, it doesn't feel very even right now, obviously,
And
4-0. But
2 on Johnny Hillman, and that hurts because he is a great, not good, I say great defender.
yeah, and he has to sub out.
Yeah.
They're going to bring in Lowell Chan. And we're going to have a travel called now on Western, as that's on Coulter Miller. So it turns it over to Carroll here. 14-9, 13:06 to go in the first half. So Campbell will take the inbound pass from Jovan, and he'll bring it up. Goes to the right. Gets that to Long, and now down to Temple, and Temple's shot no good, rebounded by Western. Here comes Stevenson. He goes to the right side, looking to come in, putting the shot up. It's no good. That's Kuba, and it'll be Western coming away with the rebound. Down underneath, now back up top to Stevenson. Stevenson, a little screen, comes to his left, nothing there. Now a nice move and driving towards the basket, and another foul is going to be called on Carroll. That one's on Temple. So 5 on Carroll, none so far yet on Western.
What Western wants to do is when they set that high on ball, the guy that sets the screen, instead of rolling to the basket, he pops. And those are great one-on-one players. That's Hodges now, who pops to the top and gets it, and then he's got all kinds of room. Everything is cleared out for him. And it's an interesting thing to do. I haven't seen very many teams do it, but it really fits the personnel that Western has.
Well, Hodges hits his first free throw and makes it a 14-10 game at 12:30 in the first half. Second one for Hodges is up, and it's good. Makes it now a 3-point game, 14-11. And here comes Carroll College. Paulson given some direction. Jovan's going to run the offense down the court this time. Comes to his left, still working against Haverfield. Drives in, miscommunication, and throws it away. Chan cutting towards his left. The ball goes right and turns it over to Western.
Well, that's just, it's a freshman, and he's just not used to, didn't quite have the chemistry. And he hasn't played a lot, He's just lately been getting a lot of minutes, Chen has. But I know they really like him. Really quick jumper, good passer.
Stevenson with it. Now he'll get this over to Cuba, and this ball is going to be tossed out of bounds. It'll be tipped out of bounds by Carroll, and it will stay Western ball at 12:04 here in the first half. Carroll up by 3. Looking to get it in. Still looking. That one will go into Miller. Up top to Cuba. And now Stevenson with it. Stevenson starts his dribble. Kicks it to Hodges. Hodges left side. Shot clock at 5. Fade away on the baseline is good. And it's a 1-point game. 14-13 at 11:45.
You can see the one-on-one skills that Hodges has. He's just a monster. Especially when he gets the ball up at the top of the key.
Long with it. Now to Campbell up top. He'll go to Cook. Now the pass to Slovakinen. He starts directing traffic. Temple comes out. And now a long 3. That one just off to the right. Rebounded by Stevenson. Doesn't feel like this team's game's totally entered a flow yet. Hodges goes up. He's rejected. Rejected again on the rebound. And we're going to have a foul called on Western. And Western's coach, Mike Larson, thought there should have been 2 fouls on that play for Carroll.
The crew, and he's right. The crew and this is a good crew. They're just off to a slow start, and they'll get it. They'll get it figured out.
Yeah, so 14-13, Carroll with the lead. First foul on Western. That one goes against Miller. Larson not happy about it, but yeah, case could be made. And driving on the back door and putting it in is Long.
Nice pass by Cook. One freshman to another.
16-13 at 10:50 in the first half. Max Clark with it. Looks, gets it to Hodges. Hodges working against Temple, spins into the paint. Little turnaround off the glass, and he's done it again.
Isn't he something?
He's impressive to watch.
Well, talk about. I think they might have to bring a double team to him.
Yeah, he has 9 in this game right now. Cook with it. Now they get it to Campbell. Campbell spots up, takes a 3. That one is buried. 4 points again, 19-15 at 10:15 in the first half.
You were talking about shooting threes off catch and shoots. That was a 3 off a dribble. It's harder. But they just gave Shamrock a little too much room that time, and he made him pay.
Haverfield with it. And we're going to have a foul away from the ball under the basket. And that's going to be on Carroll. And that one goes against Garrett Long. So 6 fouls for Carroll here at the 10-minute mark.
One more, then it's the 1-and-1 bonus till you get to 10.
10, then 2, yeah.
That's kind of how it's always been with the men. The women are the ones that change.
Pass inbound, little give and go. Hodges now takes it. And he's going to work against Temple again. Gets some help this time, and the shot is no good. It was Pedra coming over and helping disrupt that shot. Great play. And now here comes Carroll College as Cook has it. Cook, some high dribbles there, but he's able to hang on to it. Gets it to Campbell. Now Hillman. Long rather. And now Temple. Nice move. He just works his way around Hodges and puts it in.
Got a referee timeout to tie his shoe.
There we go.
And that gives Carroll a chance to substitute. And coach is going to take Shamrock out, which is hard to do. But you got to do it because you won't have him at crunch time if you don't get him some rest.
Yeah, 21-15, 9:30 in the first half. This Bulldog team has gotten within 3, but Carroll's been able to just creep that lead back up a little bit. Max Clark with it. Goes to his left, now back right. Gets it to Hodges. Hodges working against Temple, now cross court, 3 coming, and that one no good. That's rebounded by Pedra, and Pedra will bring it up court. Speeds up a little bit. Now he'll get it up top. That goes to Cook. Cook, little direction for Pedra. Now it's a give and go. Back to Cook. Cook out to Long. Long into the paint, back out, and a 3 coming. That one just short. Rebounded by Hodges, and here comes the Bulldogs. 8:44 left in the first half, 21-15. Kicks it out to Hodges. Hodges working. Comes into the paint, now cross court. Another 3, and that one no good. Rebounded.
Now what's happening now is Hodges is penetrating, and Carroll is really dropping off to help. And that's opening up the 3-point shot for Western. They're just not making them. But they have had some good looks.
Good looks on it, just hasn't dropped, yeah.
As that time, a good hard drive by Garrett Long.
Yeah, Long, he actually got hit in the face on
Garrett
that
Long,
foul.
Yeah, Garrett Long.
He'll go to the line to shoot 2. That foul on Hodges, his first. All right, 8:26 left in this first half. First shot, no good by Long. 21-15, Carroll with the lead.
They got 6 guys out there.
Hodges gets it figured out, gets off the court. Hey, if you can get away with it, go for it.
Well, the referee, that's a lot of his job. A good referee, which they did a good job. Don't throw the ball to the free throw shooter if you see there's still 6 guys out of there.
Just hold on to it.
Oh, Garrett missed them both.
Yeah, Garrett misses the second one. Stevenson with the rebound, and he's going to bring it up court. 21-15, Carroll with the lead here in the first half. Stevenson behind the back. Now he kicks this one over. That one goes to Cuba. And now a 3. That from Clark. That's no good. Slobodkin with the rebound. And he cradles the ball like a running back and kind of swats some hands away as he goes by.
He's got really strong hands. Really strong hands.
Working, gets a little screen. Nothing too much there. And he'll kick it off to Cook. Cook comes into the paint. Jumper. That one's short and not able to save it. It was Chan almost saving that ball, but it goes out of bounds. 7:50 first half, 21-15 between Carroll and Western. Carroll with the lead.
And I think Kurt Paulson would like to have a little more offense than the last 2 times. A little more ball movement.
Miller with it. Now he gets it to Stevenson kicks it out. Miller thought about a 3. Instead, he drives in. Left side shot, no good. Slavankinen with the rebound.
And
Boy, a lid on the basket for Western.
He's not going to miss many of those. That was a point-blank bunny.
Yeah, great play by him. Just could not finish. Slavankinen now. He will put it up and rolls it.
And that's that
in.
right-handed flip shot. I have never seen anybody do that better than he does it. He's a left-handed kid, and that right-handed flip, it looks low percentage, but it's not.
Makes it work and gives Carroll a 23-15 lead at 7 minutes to go in the first half. Clark with it. Gets this one to Miller, and now Clark for a long 3. That one is short, and Carroll will let this one go out of bounds. Hits the cymbal on the old drum set. We're going to have a timeout here. 6:58 on the Mike Miller State Farm Insurance scoreboard. 23-15, Carroll leading here in this first half. Don't forget, player of the game is brought to you by St. Peter's Health. St. Peter's Health is hiring. Join our team and get a gym membership for you and your family. Learn more about all the job openings at sphealth.org/careers. Helena High, you caught me. I finally said it. I've been trying my hardest not to say Helena High, and I said it. Carroll College basketball is brought to you by Range 406, featuring Helena's only indoor shooting range with 8 shooting lanes in climate-controlled comfort. Range 406 also has a great supply of hunting ammo along with an excellent selection of pistols and rifles.
Well, John, really interesting half, unbelievably intense defense by both ends. And I just want to once again thank you for helping us out this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And replacing for tonight's game your good friend Daniel Sally. Daniel, get well soon.
Absolutely.
We know you're on the mend. You're doing all the healthy things you should do, and we'll see you Thursday.
Well, and Thursday you need to make sure it's the real Daniel Sally, so give him some, trivia questions. Like, he's a big Dodgers fan, doesn't like the Mariners. That's what I hear. He's probably freaking out right now that I said that.
Well, it's senior night, and that's a big night,
that's
around
huge.
here.
Yeah.
And it'll be nice to have him.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This is I'm really enjoying doing the game with you. It's
thanks.
going well.
I've enjoyed it too.
Yeah.
This game's been a little herky-jerky getting going. It's hard to get a flow sometimes.
It's the defense.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so physical. That's why it's a hard game to officiate when it's that physical.
All right, Carroll with the ball. Chan with it. Little jumper. That's a nice shot for him on the baseline, and it's 25-15. Biggest lead of the game for either team goes to Carroll at 6:38 here in this first half.
And I think he's surprised. They didn't think he would take that. That's another freshman, and he just didn't even hesitate.
Stevenson with it. Now back to Clark, and now Hodges with it. Offense runs through these 3, that's for sure. And Hodges, he's going to go up and lays it in, and going to be fouled.
And that's that high on-ball screen. And what's happened now, Coach Mike Larson, instead of having him pop, he had him roll that time, and he was wide open for the roll. Good coaching by Coach Larson.
Yeah,
because the pop, Carroll kind of figured the pop out. And so now instead of having him, and that's the screener that sets the screen, and he's going to roll that time, and he's going to get an end one here.
Yeah, it was nice. The lane was completely empty.
It was, yep.
And he just went right in. And then a really good job, honestly, drawing that foul.
Yep,
and he finishes to the end one.
Yep.
So 25-18 at 6:19 first half. All right, Shamrock Campbell brings it up. Met by Clark at midcourt. Comes to his right. Looking, gets it back to Slavankinen. Slavankinen looking down low, goes back to Campbell. Campbell now gets this on the baseline. That one will be kicked right back up top to Jovan. Jovan, little jump step out to Campbell for 3. That one is short, little beyond the range on that shot, and it will be rebounded by Western. Clark will bring it up, comes to his left, kicks it back to Hodges. Hodges now to his right. Temple will check in a moment for Carroll College. Stevenson now in the corner, a long 3. That one is good.
Boy, that was a contested 3.
Yeah, and Haverfield right in the face of the defender put it in.
That was one of the hardest ones they've had, and They've had a lot easier ones than that they've missed.
Yeah, they cut it to a 4-point game. Carroll led by 10 just a little bit ago. Now it's down 25-21 at 5:20 here in this first half. Campbell and Slavankinen passing it back and forth. And Slavankinen is going to take a three, and it's good.
And Western jumped into a 1-3-1 zone there, and so Carroll went to a two-guard offense and got Jovan a wide-open three there.
Just the changes and the chess match that happens all game long is incredible. Hodges now a little turnaround, no good, rebounded by Chan. He gets it out to Campbell, and here come the Saints back up by 7. Hillman looks, kicks it back out to Shamrock, now to Hillman. Hillman to Slavankinen, back to Campbell, working it around. Slavankinen takes it again at the top. Starts his dribble, goes right, comes back left, jumper at the free throw line, and it's good. He just put on a clinic on that one.
That is beautiful basketball.
Wow, 30-21 now.
I mean, that is such a quick up. I mean, it's a hard pound dribble and up. You got no chance on it.
So Slavankinen with, I believe, 14 points right now. Has almost half of Carroll College's points. Now, boy, that pass to Stevenson as he slams it down. It almost went by him.
And Hodges was double teamed. They are double teaming him, and he made a major league pass out of that to get his buddy a dunk.
Yeah, and Stevenson cutting towards the basket, had to reach back to grab it, and then just slammed it home. That's Slavankinen, another three. He's lit up as he scored 8 on the last 3 trips for Carroll. And
Tanner Haverfield's going,
wow.
What am I supposed to do, Coach?
Exactly, 33-23.
I mean.
Cross court, Stevenson, corner 3. That one no good. Rebound is going to be hauled in by Carroll, and a foul on the rebound by Western. That was Hillman making the grab and then getting hit on the top of the head with on the foul. It was Clark picking up that foul. 7 fouls for Carroll, 3 for Western here in this first half. 3:31 to go, and it's 33-23.
Be interesting to see if Western goes back to that 1-3-1 zone. Doesn't look like it, but it's been effective for him this year.
Haverfield on Slavankinen, who's just went off. 16 points now for him. Slavankinen with it, working against Haverfield, and now to Campbell in the paint, jumper, and it's good.
Boy, that's just a nice offensive stuff there. Little curl cut off that pin down screen, and Jovan finds him with a nice pass.
Increases the lead to 12. Now it's the biggest lead of the game, 35-23. Hodges with it, working against Temple. He comes in. He'll put it up and off the glass, fading away. And
boy, he's tough.
Cut to 10. Really great player.
Yeah.
A lot of fun to watch. Campbell with it. Now he'll get this one to Cook.
And they're really trying to deny Jovan catches now. I mean, kind of like the girls' game, almost like a box and one.
And boy, Haverfield saves that one. Wow.
Great defense.
He strips it and saves it from going out of bounds, and here comes Western. They've cut it to 10. Stevenson drives in, kicks it out. 3 coming from Haverfield. That one no good. Chan with the rebound. Gets it to Campbell. They've had their looks, like you said. They just are not finishing.
Yeah, that was a pretty good look there.
So a 10-point game and a foul is going to be called on Haverfield as he just gets up into Slavankinen too much.
Only 4 fouls on Western the whole half.
Yeah, 7 for Carroll.
Yeah.
2:17 to go before the half. At the half, we'll be joined by a few different Carroll College alumni.
Lowell Chin just coming out of the ball game, and he's getting more quality minutes and good minutes and playing well. Every time I see him, he gets better. He's just young, and he's just the second half of the season is when he's got playing time.
Yeah, out of Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah.
Slavankinen with it, working against Haverfield. Still working, spins into the lane, and a floater with the left hand. He's putting on a clinic, and Haverfield is the one that on the, I don't know, the other end of it.
Yeah.
Back to 12 points, 37-25, 1:48 to go in the half. Carroll trailed 6-2, then they went on an 8-0 run, and now a big 3 in and out, no good. And this one will be saved. Great play on the save there by Miller. Hodges with it, ducks, goes up, and puts it in. Wow.
How quick was that move? I mean, it's a Hodges and Jovan Slavankinen show.
Absolutely.
They are just I mean, the crowd is really getting treated to some amazing, amazing one-on-one stuff.
And here's Slobodkin, and again it's good, and he's fouled. That takes him to 20 points here in the first half. Hodges with 16. And it's 39-27 at 116. It's like anything you can do, I can do better is how it feels.
Yeah.
Slobodkin getting ready for the end one. He was averaging 19 and a half points per game. He's already over his average. We're not done with the first half as Jovan's free throw.
A little short. He
hits
might
off
be
the
getting a
front of
little
the rim.
tired. His legs might be.
That could be,
Yeah.
yeah. So 109 left in the first half. 39-27, Carroll College leading. They go down to Hodges. He puts it up. No good, though. Rebounded by Temple.
And that's the easiest shot he's had all half, and he missed it.
Hits the front of the rim. Campbell with it. Clock goes under 1 minute. Shot clock at 20. Campbell coming in. Now he gets it off to Slobodkin. Slobodkin comes over. He'll hand this one off to Cook. Cook into the paint and loses it for a second. Gets it back. Goes up for the shot. No good. Pedro with it. And Campbell out for three. Rims in and out. Rebounded by Hodges. 34 seconds to go. It's about a 5-second difference on the shot clock. 39-27. Carroll with the lead. Stevenson with it. Gets a little screen from Haverfield. Goes to his left. Now back right. And no foul called. It looked like he got grabbed. The shot no good. Jovan with it. 10 seconds to go here in the first half. He starts up. Takes a three. And just misses that one. Rebounded by Stevenson.
Shot that too soon.
Clock at 2 seconds. A long three. And it's off the front of the rim. So both teams kind of wear out in that last minute with some missed shots and missed opportunities. But as we go to halftime, Carroll leads 39-27 over Western. We'll step aside. When we come back, we're going to have the Carroll College halftime show. And we're going to catch up with some Carroll College alumni. You're listening to Carroll College Basketball on Rewind 94.9 FM and online at kcap.com.
Yeah, he'll play at college ball. Yeah, next week I'll be up there. Yeah.
Things going on around here. You're telling me. All right, welcome into the Saints halftime show here at the PE Center, and John Kemper and Coach Turcotte. Coach, you have a few friends over here. They don't know me from Adam, so I'm going to let you take this interview.
Okay, I'm with three great former Saints. The only thing I don't like is I didn't get to coach them. They were so good here, and they were so tough. And I'm going to start with you, Laurel, and you got to play with two of your teammates here. Laurel, you played here for 4 years. You played here for Carson. Tell me about how far did you get each year?
So each year, so my first year we lost in the conference tournament, and then from there, sophomore year we made an Elite 8 run. Junior year we made an Elite 8 run, and then and 2 conference titles, and then we lost in the Sweet 16 my 4th year. So we grew. All 4 years we got better each season. Adding dudes like these guys as I grew was a big part of our success.
Yeah.
So we just grew it. Each year it got better.
Okay, I'm going to have you hand the mic to Ife. Ife, you guys started playing together. This is Ife College IA. And Ife, you were known as the defensive stopper. You, every game, had to take the big-time score for the other team.
Right.
Did that start clear back in the 6th grade when you and Laurel played together?
Yeah.
It's always been that way? He got the softie, and you had to guard the quick one.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when we first started playing, I mean, because we actually met in 1st grade. So since then, it was just
first grade?
1st grade.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it's just always been like he's always been a point. I've been the 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just like, okay, who's gonna take whoever the best perimeter defender?
Yes.
Whatever it is, and then eventually we just kind of grew into that role. And for me, I was like, okay, growing up as I got older and just started playing, I was like, okay,
yeah,
I think I can like kind of fit into this role and kind of just add that as what I bring to a team, you know, and. Thankfully, I was able to just kind of bring that up to Carroll and then to the collegiate level and just kind of grow and expand on that.
Well, both of you came here, and I thought when you first got here, you didn't see yourself as big scorers. I thought you evolved into that where you both eventually, you know, you were scoring double figures.
Yeah.
You know, both of you were by your senior year.
Yeah. No, I mean, so even like, so from my freshman year, I guess it kind of started where the SAGU, so we got to the Elite 8. SAGU had a player who was averaging like 30-something a game, and that's kind of, I think, my breakout moment, where it's okay, hey, Ife, you're going to start on him, and I held him to like, 12 or
I saw that game. That was at the national tournament.
Yeah.
And he was the leading scorer in the nation.
He was.
And they looked at us. I remember them looking at us thinking, are you kidding me? They can't play with us.
We were like a 5 seed, I think.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, we're going to take them
And
on.
you shut that kid down, and they went into shock. They did.
And from then on, that was where it was like, okay, we're a good team. We're still young. We're all freshmen, sophomores, a couple juniors and seniors, but for the most part, we're all going to come back. We're like, okay, this is going to be what it's going to be, where we're going to come to a tournament each year and make a run.
And now you're with your third teammate, Thomas. And Thomas, what I remember about you was an overachiever in terms of your size. You were a power forward at 6'2", but so strong. Where did all that come from? Were you? What was your background to get that kind of physical strength?
Gotcha. Well, growing up, you know, I did play football, so I was kind of aggressive in that. But I think it's just more of a mental thing. Just trying to play like your inner lion. You don't want to be a gazelle. You want to go out there, do everything that you can. Yeah. Maybe I'm undersized, but what's inside is going to be bigger.
It is, and that's what you brought to the team. Yeah. That was infectious.
I'm not a big scorer. I'm not super athletic. But I'm going to do what I can for the team to help us succeed.
Yeah. And you were in Coach Paulson's first recruiting class, weren't you?
Yes, yeah. So I came here from junior college over in California, played for the 1 year. We made it to the national championship. Unfortunately, right before my senior season, I did tear my ACL meniscus, so I didn't get to play. But great experience here at Carroll.
And I know Kurt recruited you for toughness. It was his first year, and he needed a tough kid to set the tone. And that's what you did for that team. I can tell you, I saw all those games.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that was really fun. You guys, what was it like playing for Carson?
It was an experience. It was an experience. He's a smart man, first and foremost. He's
a PhD for
and he's an author and all this stuff.
He's written books,
very intelligent guy. Always prepared. He watched a lot of film. I learned a lot from him, especially him being a former point guard.
Yeah.
So I kind of picked his brain, and you know, he was a good coach. He was a good coach. X's and O's. Yeah.
I remember thinking he was an especially good defensive coach.
Yes.
I mean, he played for Gene Cady at Purdue, who was known. You guys wouldn't know that, but he was known as the best defense, and he was in the league with Bobby Knight in those days. And Coach Carson played for Cady. So, I mean, that Cady defensive stuff, you guys were tough.
Yeah, no, and our rule, too, is if we kept our team under 65 points, we were almost undefeated. Our record was immaculate if we held a team under 65 or less.
So I actually talked to Carson like last week. He was at a tournament in LA, out there doing a recruiting trip, and we were just talking, and he was saying that like for our team, he loved just how we were able to kind of pick up on things defensively and offensively. The IQ of the team was just on a level where he was like, okay, I like these dudes. These dudes understand what I'm saying. We're all like on the same page, and we meshed together, had good chemistry. So it was fun. I mean, 'cause we're a decent team, and we're able to just kind of make runs.
I remember the chemistry that you guys had, and you didn't really care who scored. You're just going to get the ball to the open player. I see so much of that in this team. Now, this is you guys got to watch them for 2 nights now, but don't they pass the ball well? And they're just, now Jovan, he went off that half, but he doesn't have to. There are other guys that can pick up the slack if he starts, and he might be a little fatigued the second half. But you guys were like that. Who were your big scorers? Who were the guys when you guys? Your center,
Ryan Imhoff.
Ryan Imhoff, who was an All-American, and in fact he
Player
was
of the Year.
Player of the Year, yeah. And then Wyman,
Burnham, Match Burnham.
Match Burnham now. Let's see, what year was that? When you guys played for the championship?
Oh, that was 2019, the year after I left.
Yeah, and he was unbelievable.
Yeah, he was a man.
I mean, he went off.
Yeah.
He had a knee injury too around when we had gone to California for the California trip for we played against William Jessup. He had just come off, like he had a right knee inflammation, came off, had like 18 off the bat. So it was like for him, and we had talked about it because we were roommates, and he was like, his role is to get buckets and score because as a team. So that's just, he honed in on that, and that was huge for us for sure.
Quickly, guys, because we don't have too much time, but I just want to have our listeners here just a second. Let's start with you, Thomas. What are you guys doing now?
So I moved to Texas, live in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I work for Enterprise. Actually, I've been there for a year and 4 months now, and I just got promoted again, so this makes my 4th promotion.
Oh.
I'm a branch manager, so I run a whole entire store. I'm in charge of millions of dollars worth of cars, and I just want to keep climbing the ladder and, take what I've learned here at Carroll about being competitive, going the extra mile, and take that into my adult life.
Love it.
Thank you.
You could drop a Toyota Tacoma off at my place.
I'm gonna let Ife Kalajari elaborate. We're business partners, but he explains it better than I.
Yeah, so I mean, Laurel and I, and my older brother, we started a management company. Where
in LA.
In LA.
You guys are in LA. You started a company.
Yes. Yeah. And so one branch is trading currencies. So like the U.S. dollar versus Japanese yen or the Great British Pound against the euro or whatever it is. But we trade currencies, mark up the charts and everything, and we do that. And then we're now looking to expand to music and entertainment. We're looking to finalize the details on the music studio space. So we're looking to do that because that's really what we care about, music and sports. So we're looking to do that. And we're just kind of keep our head down, kind of grind and trying to build the company from the ground up right now. But yeah, I mean, it's nice to just do it with my best friend and then my brother, and just because we talk to each other every day anyway, so now we can just work together. It works out.
Well, we're so proud of all 3 of you, and thank you for coming for Alumni Weekend, and we hope you can come back soon again.
Absolutely.
We love having you here. Thank you so much, fellas.
Kansas City. Maybe we'll see you at Kansas City.
That's where I'd like to see you, Kansas City.
We're looking to make that happen.
Okay. Bye, fellas. Thanks again.
Hey, great talking to you.
All right, well, some great alumni to catch up to. Thanks to Coach Turcotte for interviewing them, and great to meet them. We're going to step aside, take our last-minute break here, take our last break of the halftime, and then we'll jump into the second half. Currently, it is Carroll leading Western 39-27. You're listening to Carroll College Basketball on Rewind 94.9 and online at kcap.com. That connection, so that's great. Eric Peterson texted and said that was a flop.
Did he? Eric, he pays attention.
Yep. I should get some details from you on him, so I have some ammo. He comes after me a lot.
Eric? Oh, good. Yeah, I got stuff.
Carroll Athletics would like to thank some of our corporate sponsors. Ascent Bank,
Are you doing stuff?
Golf Course, Boucher's Lucky Dog, Copper Club Casinos, Delta Dental, First Interstate Bank, First Montana Bank, Independent Records, JXLH, KTVH, Lithia, Opportunity Bank, Pepsi, and alumni. Team Western Insurance, Plaza Motors, Gwinnett Tire Auto, Rocky Mountain Credit Union, Stockman, US Dominion Belfast. Thank you for your support of the Fighting Saints.
All right, welcome back. PE Center just about ready to get underway in the second half. It is 39-27, and I just took a 5-hour energy, so I should be good to go, Coach.
You got
this
it.
one. If I start talking too much, just
No,
give
it's
me
all
a
you.
pat on the head or something. But hey, quickly we'll look at these stats. But I mean, Slovakian 20 points.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking here. Offensive rebounds just 3 for Carroll, but 17 overall compared to 15. But
Yeah.
what do you got?
Well, it's Jovan Slovakian for Carroll is 9 for 13, 20 points, and Jalen Hodges for Western 6 for 11, 4 for 5 from the free throw, 16 points. They dominated the game. Both of those two guys did. Now the coaches will adjust to that the second half. Other guys will have to step up. We'll have to see. They're going to bring some double teams and more help to them, and so other guys will have more opportunities, and they'll have to step up.
Yeah, field goal percentage for Western 32.3, 15 and a half from behind the three-point line. Carroll 58% on the field goal percentage and 27% from behind the three-point line. So there's some differences right there between these two. Carroll College also 18 points in the paint to 14, but second chance points. Western with 5, Carroll with none so far.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, so we start. Western starts the second half with the ball, and then they promptly throw it out of bounds. So it'll be Carroll College ball. It's 39-27, just underway here in the second half. Glad to have you along. All right, so Shamrock Campbell brings it up across midcourt. Looks to his right, gets that one off. That one goes to Hillman, and now back out to Hillman and Slovakian. Working on the left side, working against Haverfield, goes up. That shot no good. Really good defense on that as Western will come away. They brought over some help and
they did.
Really got in his face.
Yep.
Clark drove the baseline. Now he'll get it back, takes a 3 from the corner. That one no good. And not the best start there for Western as Slovakian comes away with the rebound. He looks, goes cross court, gets that to Shamrock Campbell. Campbell spin, drives on the baseline, down to Temple. Temple goes up, no foul, gets his rebound, goes up. Now he's fouled. That could have been a makeup from the first one.
Yeah.
He got hit pretty good.
He got hit right in the eye.
All right, so Temple will go to the line, 39-27, and you have more hair than me, Coach. Would you ever wear one of those mullets?
No.
Okay.
No.
I wouldn't either. I'd rather be bald, but
Yeah.
for some reason they have made a comeback.
They have. It was back in the day, you know, the Beatles and all that back in the 60s. Those were really popular.
Yeah. When I was in middle school, they were too, as Temple puts that first one in.
Mm-hmm.
There was a kid in my school who actually permed his, and it was pretty wild. It was kind of out of control. All right, 40-27, 19 minutes and 2 seconds left in this one as Temple's second one is no good. And flying in as Hodges to get that rebound. And now we're going to have a clock stoppage for an injury. Looks like Clark went down untouched. Or maybe he was touched.
You know, I did not see it. He's going to be all right. He told the coach he's fine.
Yeah, he's just having to breathe through that. We've lot of guys have been where he's been.
Yeah.
So he's
Isn't
going
that
to
the truth? Yeah.
take a breath there. And
Yeah, that's a
we
good
didn't
way to
see
put
what
it.
happened, but
Mhm.
he'll get some water and breathe through it and be ready to go here. Stevenson will run point. He comes up across the midcourt, comes into that left side, working against Slovakian. Still working. Now they kick it over to Haverfield. Mishandles it, but he's able to save it. Now it goes to Haverfield, and he looks to drive, tries to get it on the baseline, and that's going to go out of bounds. They were trying to get that into Jock.
He's trying to back cut on that baseline, but Carroll just too alert there, got a hand on it, and deflected.
So turns it over to Carroll. All right, 18:30 to go, second half, 40-27. Carroll in the lead. Campbell with it, comes up to the top, gets this one over to Cook. Now back to Campbell, and here comes Hillman. He'll try to dish it off to Temple. Ball gets loose, still loose, and Cook comes away with it. In the corner, Hillman takes a long two. That one off the front of the rim, no good. Haverfield
Good
with the
defense,
rebound.
Western, very good.
And way to stay with it because they
Yeah.
almost got the turnover,
Yeah.
and then they had to get back on defense. Now Stevenson drives in, his shot short, and it will be Cook coming away with it. Kicks it to Hillman, right side. Hillman drives baseline, kicks it. Slovakian wide open for three. That one no good. Rebound by Western, and this pass is almost taken away, but they get it to Stevenson, and Stevenson will bring it up court. He's standing on the left elbow. Gets it to Hodges. Hodges, it goes off his shin, but he saves it before it goes out of bounds. Now Stevenson back for a three. That one rattles in and out. Rebound, though, and a putback by Jock. And it is 40-29. And a whistle and a timeout called as these two teams are going to huddle up. 17:27 to go here in the second half. It is 40-29. Carroll College with the lead. Stick around at the end of this one. We will bring you the St. Peter's Health Player of the Game. St. Pete's Health is hiring people like you. Explore all the open positions at sphealth.org/careers. They have clinical and non-clinical jobs open now. And Carroll College basketball also brought to you by Brad Schmidt, Allstate Insurance. Check with Brad for a home, auto, rental, and others. And remember, you're in good hands with Allstate. Cap Paving since 1984, paving the way to excellence, and by Ruckers Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Ruckers Furniture. What is happening on the court? So they're putting clothes on.
And then they got to shoot a layup. Oh, and he made it.
I got to tell you, that 35, whoever just won that, destroyed the other guy.
He did.
It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
And I'm glad because the other guy was wearing Crocs. You can't wear Crocs out in public, can you? I don't know.
You know, I was looking at the stats of the first half. Jamel Stevenson hasn't been able to get going much, John, and I've seen him really play well. I think he's got 5 points. He just missed a wide open three there. They're going to need him to get on fire because he's a double figures guy now. He really is.
Exactly. Yeah, he had a big game last time Carroll played. He was in double digits on that. All right, so we come out of the timeout. 40-29, 17:27 left here in this here in the second half, rather, and it will be Carroll College ball as they move from left to right. Carroll in their white jerseys, Carroll across the chest, Carroll logo on the shorts on the sides. Slovakian with it, comes to the left side, kicks this one off to the left. That one, and now back to Campbell. Slovakian takes it for a moment. Has it on the left side, working his way down, and now he'll go in, and an offensive foul will be on Jovan as it was Haverfield going to the court.
Michael Haverfield with some real nice defense that time. And they did not double team. Jovan was expecting it. They did not. And I think when he's coming from the baseline, it's easier to double team him than up on top. I'm surprised they haven't done that more.
Is it because you take away part of the
Yeah,
court?
you got half the
can
court.
kind of corner him?
Exactly.
Okay, that
exactly.
makes sense. Stevenson with it. Now he goes to Hodges. Hodges left side being guarded by Chan. And now this pass is going to be taken away. And Campbell will get it down to Slovakian, and Slovakian will be fouled. The shot is no good. He'll go to the line to shoot two. But
I don't know
steal
how
there.
you don't. I don't know how you can say. Oh, he's going to have him shoot. Okay, he called a foul on the first one because the ball went in. So he must have called. He took two shots. He must have called a foul on the first one.
Yeah, that must be what he did.
Yeah.
All right, so 40-29 at 6:45 here in the second half. Slavonkanen at the line. He has 20 tonight and misses that free throw. In fact, Carroll as a team has not hit a free throw yet.
My goodness.
They're 0 for 4 now. And now they hit it. See, you got to reverse the jinx
You reverse
sometimes.
jinx
Yeah,
them. You
I
reverse
always try to
jinx it.
reverse jinx it. I won't say it if they've made like 10 in a row. But it's 41-29 at 6:39. Haverfield gets the ball from Stevenson. Stevenson now will take it back. Long guarding Stevenson. Stevenson shaking and baking, drives in and puts it up, and he's fouled.
And that's the kind of move I saw Stevenson last time we played. And he really hasn't asserted himself like that. That was a big-time move there.
My eyes are still trying to sort out what happened there because
like
he moved back and forth so fast.
It's like a crossover to a double crossover to a triple.
Triple, yeah.
And then spin right and finish with your left hand.
So he puts it in and makes it 41-31. So they're hanging around. It's a 10-point game. He can get within 9 here if he puts in this and one. 16:26 to go here in the second half, and this one is good. And I would say that's the guy, if he gets going, and you can complement that probably opens up Hodges too.
Yeah.
And it could get scary for Carroll down the stretch. Shamrock Campbell with it, comes to his left side, gets it up to Jovan. Jovan's going to drive into the paint, and this shot no good. He had to fade away to take it. Good defense again, rebounded by Western. Stevenson with it, kicks it to Haverfield. Haverfield lets one defender go by. Instead, he'll kick the pass out, goes to Clark. Clark down to Hodges, left side, working between two defenders, out to Haverfield for 3. That one off the rim, but what a tip-in by Hodges.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah.
It makes it a 41-34 game and a timeout, a full on the court at 15:54 here in the second half. But
yeah, that was a spectacular tip.
Yeah, and I think they wanted Haverfield to take the 3 the last time he had the ball.
Yeah.
He didn't take it, so they worked it around, and then he pops that, but Hodges comes in to finish it off.
He came from a long ways away to tip that in.
I don't think
almost like a reverse tip almost.
The only time I've been that high in the air is flying in a plane, I think. He was
you could
really
probably do it on a trampoline.
I would hate to know what that trampoline I'd hate to know how big that trampoline would have to be for me. All right, 18 points for Hodges. But like we were talking about, Stevenson now, he has 8. He had 5 in the first half.
Yeah, and we knew he would come alive the second half. He's just too good of a player. And Carroll's come out, and Jovan's missed a few shots, so he's cooled down. So somebody else is going to have to step up. And that's usually when that happens. It's usually Shamrock who steps up. But once one guy on that team gets going, it just feeds the rest of them.
Yeah.
And so right now, Shamrock, he's willing to play second fiddle until he's needed, and then that's when he'll go. And I would say this would be a good time now, Shamrock, to assert yourself offensively, and you'll lift your team up.
Well, and, for Slavonkanen, he was in all 20 minutes in the first half.
Oh, was he?
I mean, they have it down. I think he came out a little bit, but he wasn't out
I
more
think
than
I did.
a couple.
I did see him come out.
Yeah.
I did. Like you say, a couple of minutes.
Yeah, because Campbell was in for 18.
Yeah.
So, but it's 41-34 at 5:50 here in the second half. Campbell with it, goes to the right. That one is to Cook, and now up top to Long. Chan is in there as well. Now up top to Cook. Shot clock at 8. Kicks it out to Chan. Chan on the baseline. Clock at 4. Still working. Little fadeaway. That one gets tipped in the air and taken away by Clark. And here comes Western.
Good defense, Western. Western's picked up their defense, no question.
Now into Hodges again, working against Temple. His shot just off the mark. Chan with the rebound.
Good defense, Temple.
And now down under the basket, wide open and missing the shot is Long.
And he doesn't miss many of those. Very, very rare for him to miss one of those.
That one will go out of bounds, so it's going to be Western ball at 15:07. 41-34. Carroll College leading. And here comes Stevenson. Stevenson will drop the ball and give it off to Clark, and Clark will bring it up court. Now Stevenson left side, up top to Haverfield. Over to Clark again on that right elbow. Now Hodges with it, working against Temple. Pointing, giving some direction. Coming into the paint. Fadeaway jumper. That one is short. Rebounded by Cook.
Another good defensive effort by Temple.
Just giving them hard looks and making them be off balance on the shots, right?
Yep.
Long with it. Left elbow. Goes to Chan. Chan working. Comes on the baseline. Still working there, and he'll kick this one up top to Cook, and we're going to have a travel called on Cook, and that'll turn it over. All right, Miller.
I think Shen's holding on to the ball a little too long down there. He's getting it down there in that left corner, and he doesn't have a good angle to get the backboard. And, you know, he's trying to make a play, but, yeah, and I think he's coming out, and the coaches will get him straightened out on that.
It's one thing if it's Slovakian or Shamrock doing that stuff, right? It's
and he'll get there.
Yeah, exactly.
Before his career is over, he'll be
but
that
as
kind
a
of
freshman.
Yes, there you go. You got it.
I mean, he's definitely contributed today. Now Stevenson's going to drive, splits two defenders, and his shot rims in and out. The missed shots today have been amazing for Western.
That was a bunny there.
Cook with it. Now he kicks it out. That one to Hillman. Hillman comes in. Right side, and he'll put it in for two. Western wanted to travel, no call, and it's a 9-point game, 43-34 at 13:55. Clark kicks this one out to Haverfield, and we're going to have a foul after the pass, and that is going to be on Western.
That's Johnny Hillman taking the charge there. Well, he does a lot of little things like that, John, for you.
Aren't those huge when you get
they are.
those guys? They may not put in 20 a game.
Yeah.
But they get those types of turnovers.
Yeah, he does it consistently.
So 3 fouls for Carroll as a team, 2 for Western here in the second half. 13:43 and rolling, and it's 43-34. Campbell now drives in, now kicks it out. Hillman's going to take a three. That one is good. Boy, that looked good for the moment. It left his fingers.
Yeah. Really nice pass by Shamrock there to get his teammate a three.
All right, so it's 46-34. Carroll leading Western. Clark with it. Comes into the paint, kicks that back out to Haverfield. Now over to Haverfield. Handoff now to Clark. Clark with Cook in front of him. Comes in, almost has the ball swatted away by Hillman. And a three from Miller will be no good, and a whistle and a foul on the rebound.
Oh.
And they're going to catch Johnny Hillman for that foul.
And is that three on Johnny?
That's 3 on him. Yeah. Temple's going to sub out. Subbing in for him is Guzlakic. First time we've seen him tonight.
Yeah.
I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm proud of myself. I haven't
You
been
did pretty
butchering
good.
the name so bad.
I just call him Murat because that's his
good.
first. Yeah.
Yeah. And this shot by Kuba is stripped and taken away by Cook. Shot coming. That one from Hillman. That one's a little short. And Guzlakic, a good job not drawing a foul there. And the rebound will go back to Shamrock Campbell, who will bring it up top. He and Cook pass it a little bit with each other. Now Cook comes away with it. Cook working against Clark, drives into the paint. Little turnaround jumper. That one is short and off to the left. But again, it is rebounded by Long. And a shot at the 1 second left by Campbell is no good, and it will be grabbed by Western. Guzlakic went all the way into the student section and had to come out. And a three, that one no good. Rebounded by Cook. He'll hand it off to Campbell. 12-10 left in this one, 46-34.
Western's getting some decent looks. They're just not falling.
Just not dropping at all. Driving, little turnaround jumper, and that is good by Long. 14-point lead, largest of the game for Carroll College at 11:50. Clark, huffing and puffing, takes his time coming across midcourt. Now he'll start in, comes to the left side, swings this one over to Haverfield. Now it's Jock with it. He's working against Guzlakic. Now they kick it out to Kuba for three. That one is no good. Fight for the rebound, though. Miller comes away with it. And a three, and that is good by Clark. And that might be the first three they've made in this second half.
They have really been cold. They have, and they got that off a second shot opportunity, inside outside, which are the best ones.
Yeah, so a timeout called, 30-second. We'll just keep it here. 11:28 to go. 48-37, an 11-point lead. But just like the women's game today, Carroll has just kept pace.
Yeah.
You know, they might whittle it down to 8 right now. They might get it down to 6 or something, but Carroll's able to make some shots, and they've also been able to do some of this without Jovan Slovakinen on the court right now to give him a little break.
That's right. And he did play so many minutes the first half, carried the whole team. And so, he just checked back in, but he did get a nice rest there.
Yeah, and he has just 1 point here in the second half. He has 21. Campbell with 9. Hillman with 5. Cook with 4, as well as Long. 18 for Hodges and 8 for Stevenson, who we'll see if he can get going here. All right, so Carroll will take over. We'll have the ball coming out of timeout and a press here from Western. Cook with it, works, gets this to Long. Long will get it into the front court. And now Hillman takes it on the right elbow.
And Western in that 1-3-1 zone that they played a couple of times. It's a very spread zone, really. And they're athletic and they're pretty long. It's tough to pass from A to B.
Hillman's going to drive in, goes up, shot no good, and Carroll will come away with the rebound. And Slovakinen misses on that 3, and it's going to be a foul called on Long as he reaches in on that ball. But you're right.
Yeah.
You would think that type of zone would be kind of easy to get through, but they're so quick moving around.
Yeah, it's hard to pass the ball against it. You have to drive against it like Johnny Hillman did there, because they're playing in the gaps. They're not squared up on you, so you have to just dribble penetrate.
How long does it take a player to recognize, like when they come down, to recognize the defense that's being played? I mean,
when you have somebody like Shamrock Campbell, he's going to get it quickly, and he's your leader, and he's going to get you in the right stuff. That's why a point guard is so valuable.
All right, so Western takes over here. They get it to Kuba. Kuba looking at Miller, nothing there. He'll dribble across court, gets it to Stevenson for a minute, now to Clark. Clark's going to split 2 defenders, and he'll kick this out. A 3 coming from Jock. That one is no good, and rebounded by Temple.
Good defense by Carroll coming to that timeout.
Cook will take the ball from the pass from Temple, and he'll bring it up across midcourt. Comes to his right side. Now cross court to Slovakinen, who's going to split 2 defenders, goes up and puts it in. They just pulled the whole defense to one side and just got him wide open.
Yeah.
13-point lead, Carroll, at 10:09 to go in the second half.
And that's a breakdown in Western defense. You can't leave Jovan that much room.
So Jovan with his first field goal of the second half comes at the 10-minute mark. 23 for him now. And now Stevenson, a little step back 3, no good, but rebounded by Miller. He'll get it back up top to Stevenson, and now to Clark. Clark, left side, looks to come in. Now he'll back it out, working against Hillman. Miller takes it, little fake. He comes into the post on the left side, working, and a little hook with his right hand, no good. Rebound will go to Jock. Jock shot, no good, gets his own board, puts it up, and it's good.
That's impressive work on the old boards by Western. That's 3-4 boards right in that one possession.
Cuts it to an 11-point lead, 50-39 at 9:20 in the second quarter. Slovakinen with it, kicks it over to Pedra for a moment as they just work it around the perimeter. Hillman with it, left side. Now they go down into Temple. Temple kind of gets backed up into. Now out to Slovakinen. Slovakinen against Jock. Backs up, takes a 3. That one just a little long.
And Western would gladly let him take those fadeaway 3-point shots. The ones they don't like is when he attacks the rim.
And we're going to have an offensive foul on Hillman. That's his 4th, calling a hold. Hillman kind of flabbergasted by that one. He's going to have to sub out, but Shamrock Campbell comes in for him at the 8:50 mark here in the second half. Also checking in is Long. Carroll leads by 11. Pedra on the court, as is Slovakinen. Temple also out there to join Pedra and Shamrock Campbell. So Jock will inbound here, gets it into Stevenson. Stevenson comes to his right. Temple comes out to harass him a little bit. Now that's down to Hodges. Hodges still working, little fadeaway, and just great defense. There was literally 3 Carroll College Saints on him, and he misses that shot.
They really just collapsed on him, and he just had no room to get anything good off.
Campbell with it, now to Slovakinen. Slovakinen will back up. Working behind the perimeter here, Jock right in front of him. Comes to his left, stops his dribble, and he'll get it to Campbell on that left elbow. Now to Long. Now to Slavankinen, who will kick it out to Long. Long spins into the paint. Little jumper with his right hand, and it's good.
Oh, that's a tough shot.
Man.
That is a tough shot.
52-39 at 8:05.
And a big shot.
I'd be dizzy just doing the stuff to get to the point of that shot. Stevenson now working. Nothing there. Jock off to his left. Now Jock looking for a little screen, but Slavakinen's there to pick it up. Jock takes it. Comes into the paint. Dishes it down and slammed by Hodges.
Nice pass by Jock. Real nice.
52-41.
He wasn't playing much earlier in the year, so he's starting to get more playing time.
And he had the option. He probably could have taken a shot there, but the idea to pass it down and let Hodges bring it home. So 11 points still. And now a 2 from Campbell, is no good. Rebounded by Haverfield. He'll get it up to Stevenson. Stevenson across midcourt. 7:20 to go in this one. And Hodges goes in, and we're going to have a whistle and an offensive foul on Hodges.
And then Guy Pedro taking the charge there. Guy isn't getting a lot of playing time, but that was a big charge you took there, Guy.
Yeah, very big on that one. Chan's going to sub back in. Temple subs out. And that one was pretty much a no-brainer. I mean, Hodges ran right into him, and he was set.
He had the shoulder down. And,
Pedro will inbound this one to Campbell. Campbell trots across midcourt, goes to his right. Little give and go here with Long. Now Long with it, back to Campbell. Campbell comes into the free throw line, nothing, back to Long. Long now to Slavankinen, being guarded by Jock. Spins into the paint, goes up, no foul called, shot's no good, but Chan there for the rebound, his shot no good, and Haverfield will come away with it. A couple good looks, but nothing could fall and no fouls. 6:45 left. Carroll leads by 11. Miller with it, gets it to Clark. Clark comes into the paint, and this one tipped by Slavankinen, but Haverfield's able to handle it. Comes in, post on that left side, nothing there. Now to Clark. Clark's going to take a 3. That one is good. And they've worked it down to an 8-point game, 52-44 at 6:20 here in the second half. Campbell will bring it across midcourt. Looks, gets it to Slavankinen, and Slavankinen gets all kind of pinballed around and no call there. Goes out to Pedro. Pedro for 3. That one well short, rebounded by Jock. 6 minutes to go, 8-point game. Carroll with the lead. And they'll kick this out to Haverfield, and now to Clark. Clark just hit the 3 on the last trip down. Working against Pedro. Now he goes to Haverfield. Haverfield's going to drive in. Right side goes up. Shot is no good. Ball is loose, and that's Long coming away with it, and he'll be fouled as he goes to the ground. And Larson not
we got a timeout here.
That one.
I don't know who's got the timeout, but
all right, so
wow,
a lot of stuff happening there. Sorry.
It happened so fast, and there was so much physicality and so much contact, and finally ended up Long just got completely annihilated. But the teams are really playing hard now and penetrating, and you just see the Western players. They feel like we've got to cut to 8. We got it to single digits now. There's 5 minutes 45 seconds left to go. There's still time for us in this, and there is. There is time. I don't like the last few offensive possessions Carroll has had. They're kind of settling for 3s. I know that's not Kurt's game. He wants to attack. Both teams with 5 fouls, so 2 more and they'll be in the bonus. But I think Carroll needs to get back to the attack mode.
Does it feel like to you that they're maybe moving a little quick on offense? They could let the plays develop a little more, eat a little more time off the clock, or does that matter?
Yes. Ball reversal, player movement. Yes, and that's what they preach, and that's what they live by. And that was a good timeout for Carroll, and because that gives them plenty of time to get that organized, and I know that's what Kurt's talking to him about right now.
Yeah, so Carroll right now hitting 43.4 from the field, 22 from 3, just 2 of 7 from the free throw line. This Western team, 31.5 from the field, 17.4 from 3. They've taken 23 threes, only hit 4 of them so far, and then 7 of 6 from the free throw line. All right, 5:43 left in this one. It is 52-44. Carroll with the ball, the inbound, and a full court press. Hillman gets this into Shamrock. Shamrock's going to be doubled up, and a timeout called by Paulson here.
And that's that quick trap. A good call by Western off a dead ball, so you can't run on the baseline. And they got the ball to Shamrock. There was no place to go. He had to take the timeout. Now, they say up there that can't be right how many timeouts are left. I guess it is. Carroll's got 4 left. Western's got 4 left. So we're going to get a lot of clock stoppages here in the last few. So we can get all the commercials in we need to get in. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to ask you a question because we talked in that last timeout about going into single digits. The mental how does that help you mentally when you go from being down even just 10 and all of a sudden you go from 10 to 8?
It's huge. It's huge. Your goal when you're way behind like Western was is get it to single digits with 5 minutes to go, and then with 2 minutes to go, get it within 1 basket if you can, and then that's how you win on the road. That's how it gives you against a really good team like Carroll is.
Just chip Western, away at it.
Western back in their full court press here.
Here we go, full court press again.
Yeah.
And this one inbounded, and boy, Hillman has to basically run through like a running back, and he'll get it down into the offensive zone.
Well, I don't know how he kept control of the ball there.
That's impressive.
Yeah, he's
he
such
got clipped by the left side.
I bet he was
stumbled.
a running back. I'll bet he was.
He looked like one there. Campbell drives in, little floater, and it falls in. Boy, it looked like it might pop out.
And that's what we talked about, something going at the rim instead of settling for the 3. And that's what Coach Paulson wanted, and that's what he got.
So 54-44 at 5:09. And Haverfield gets fouled. That was an awkward-looking play right there. I almost thought he traveled, but
and then he put it up with his left hand. It wasn't going to go in.
Looked like me out there playing, that's for sure. All right, so Haverfield goes to the line. He'll shoot 2 here. The foul goes against Cook. That's his second. Got to tell you, we need to have these stats for high school basketball just right in front of
Isn't it nice?
It's
you
so
got
beautiful.
You got it right on your laptop.
Yeah.
And they're current. They're right up to date.
Yeah. I'm sitting right next to the guy putting them in. He's doing a great job.
Yeah.
I didn't want to look over his shoulder the whole game.
Yeah.
All right, first one is no good by Haverfield. And just so you know, we have 2 Haverfields on this team.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, both from Dillon. So when I'm saying Haverfield and Haverfield, chances are they're passing with each other, and the next one is good to cut it to 9 again at 5:06.
Jamel Stevenson just checked back in. So they've got all their playmakers in the game now.
All right, so here comes Shamrock Campbell and the Saints. They lead by 9 rather, 54-45. Long with it, comes to the left side. Slavankinen runs down low, running the baseline a little bit. Campbell with it, he'll pass it to Slavankinen, and now to Temple in the post on the right side. He's working, and we're gonna have a foul. That's gonna be on Miller. That'll take it to 6. So the next foul by either team puts the other one in the bonus.
And those front ends of 1-and-1s. So many games been won and lost by guys that can make those.
All right, so non-shooting foul. That'll be inbounded by Hillman to Campbell up top. Campbell to Slavankinen. Slavankinen hands it off. Campbell left side goes up, right side rather, and he is stonewalled. No foul, and Miller comes away with it. He gets it to Stevenson at 4:33 here in the second half. Miller thought about a 3 for a second. Instead passes it to Stevenson, and now back to Miller, back out to Halverson, and Jock in the corner for 3. That's good.
Good ball movement, Western. Really nice offense.
54-48, 4:15 and counting here in the second half. Campbell brings it up, guarded by Stevenson. Goes to Temple. Temple up top to Jovan. Jovan comes to his left a little bit. Pretty quiet in this second half, just 3 points. He drives into the paint, kicks it out. 3 coming, and that one is just a little long, but Hillman follows his shot, and we're going to have a jump ball here favoring Carroll.
That's a big arrow there for Carroll.
And Carroll doesn't have that if Hillman doesn't follow his shot.
Yeah, and dive on the floor to get the loose ball. Good call. Yep.
So it'll be Carroll College ball on the possession arrow, and they'll take it out on the baseline.
And Johnny Hillman, I think he might have a bloody nose. They might have to take him out.
Yeah, he's got his head tipped back. And yep.
I guess he's okay.
Yeah, they have the clock stopped here as they're just talking about it. They're going to huddle up
I
for a
think
second.
they're looking at how much time to put on the the shot clock.
Okay. We're at
Yeah.
8 seconds right now.
It should be 20 as
Yep,
Yeah.
that's just what he said. He said it was a shot, so they
Yep.
reset it to 20. So
Yep.
3:50 to go in this one. Carroll leads 54-48. A pretty important possession here for Carroll to get some points. Hillman gets it in to Campbell. Campbell up top to Slavankinen. Now back to Campbell. Slavankinen takes it again. Jock in front of him. He's going to come into the paint. Definitely a weight advantage between him and Jock. And a little hook with his left hand, and
that's
it's
a
good.
tough shot.
My goodness, 56-48.
And that's what he did. He used his weight. He got his weight into Jock. Jock is bigger or longer, but he used his weight to get into him, and so he couldn't jump.
Yeah, Stevenson now with it. Now to Miller. Miller will hand it off to Stevenson. Stevenson drives in right side and just does not get the ball to drop, and Jovan comes away with it. The missed opportunities by Western today on shots within a foot or two of the basket have been amazing. 3:04 left in this one, 56-48. Carroll with the ball, Slavankinen with it. He's going to work, comes in, left side. He'll end up not taking a shot, gets it out to Hillman. Hillman, left elbow with it. He's going to drive in, clock at 7, still working, fade away, no. But look at Temple. He gets the basket and fouled, and maybe a little extra push there.
You know what that looked like? You know those NFL guys that the wide receivers that catch it with one hand because their other hand's being held down?
Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
That's what he did there.
Yep.
Yeah, his other hand was being held, so he caught it with one hand and finished with one hand. That might be the play of the game, Brendan Temple. We'll look back at that later, if especially gets the and one here. If this gives Carroll a 10-point lead, that was a huge play.
Yeah, chance to get up to 11 here at 2:47. 58-48. Temple shot up, and it rattles in and out. God, those are the worst. They look like they're going to fall, and then they bounce back out.
That front lip.
All right, 2:40 left. Clark with it. Gets a little screen from Haverfield. Now he'll hand it off to Haverfield. Haverfield comes in left side, works, little spin, and works his way to the basket. He'll be fouled. Shot is no good, so he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Clock stops at 2:30, but it's crunch time here for Western as they trail by 10. Campbell with 11 points tonight.
And that time Haverfield just used his age and experience. He's a little bit bigger and stronger than Long, and he just backed him down in there and got the call.
He hits that first one to cut it to a 9-point game.
And he's a redshirt junior. He's been around a while.
Miller will sub in. Second one, that one's good as well. So Haverfield and Miller will sub in after it was Tanner Haverfield hitting 2 free throws and makes it an 8-point game at 2:30.
John, do you have any sense of why Hodges is not playing?
I don't.
Is he in foul trouble?
No. He has one.
I wonder if he tweaked his back or something.
He may have. Press again here from Western. Hillman does a good job breaking it and gets it to Campbell across midcourt. Now Hillman with it. Back up top to Campbell. Shot clock at 18. 58-50, 2:13 to go in this one. Slavankinen up top working against Haverfield. He took advantage of Haverfield a lot in the first half. Goes up, puts that one up, no good, but gets a putback. Still no good. Fight for the rebound, and Haverfield will come away with it. Couple good looks there by Slavankinen, just could not get him to finish. So 150 and counting. Miller comes in. He gets cut off and throws it away. Slavankinen, chance to slam it. Nope, he'll just lay it in for 2. And it is 60-50 at 1:42 left in this one.
That's a big play by Jovan there. That gets it back to that double digit. Yeah, that's a big play.
Called. Yeah, huge to go from 8 to 10 with 1:37 left. Stick around at the end of this one. We'll bring you the St. Peter's Health Gold Standard play of the game. St. Peter's Health is hiring people like you. Jobs are open now, offering $15 per hour minimum wage, full benefits, and family gym memberships. Apply today at sphealth.org/careers. That's western.org/careers. All right. It just feels a lot closer than a 10-point
Yeah,
game.
it does. Well, you know, Western's explosive, and they got the shooters. But the last two plays were really big by Carroll. The play by Brendan Temple, the end one, and then the steal by Jovan. Western had two really good opportunities, one to get a stop and one to get a score, and all of a sudden it's a 10-point game, and that was big.
Yeah, rebounding 26 for Carroll, 37 for Carroll, and 34 for Western, and they're almost identical in offensive rebounds, 10 and 11, 10 for Western, 11 for Carroll. Points in the paint within 4, 28-24. Carroll leads that one. And second chance points, 14-5 for Western.
Western has been tough on the boards. They have been one of the few teams that has out-rebounded Carroll all year, and they have really pretty consistently all game. They've been second shots, opportunities.
And those second shots are opportunities because they've missed the first one so much tonight.
They have.
All right, this one inbounded. It is Western ball, 60-50 at 1:33. Jock with it, now to Stevenson, and like Coach mentioned, Hodges has not been in there for several minutes. Stevenson for three, that one no good, rebounded by Hillman. Get it to Slavonkinen, and Slavonkinen will be fouled, and he'll go to the line. Up to this point, Carroll's only taken 8 free throws. They're 2 for 8. Slavonkinen is now up to 27 points. But Hodges, 20 points, and then he's just disappeared.
Something has happened that we don't know about if he's
Yeah.
injured, but he hasn't gotten off the bench here for some time.
Stevenson catches up with Coach Larson for a minute, has a conversation, and Slavonkinen getting ready for the 1-and-1. And that one falls, so he'll get the second one here, 61-50.
And it's really important for Jovan to make his free throws because he's going to get fouled more than anybody. And he needs to be, a 75, 78% free throw shooter.
And the second one good as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, you want to make sure it's
Yeah.
not an option down late,
Yeah.
that he's not a liability. Not that he would be one anyway. 120 and rolling, 62, and now a shot and a foul. That one by Clark. Shot is no good.
And that was a nice little set that Western had. Once Clark turned the corner, there was no help there.
It'll send Clark to the line to shoot 2. Long is going to sub out. Cook subs back in. On the floor right now for Carroll, Shamrock, Campbell, Long, Temple, Slavonkinen, and Hillman. And the first one is good from Clark. Makes it an 11-point game at 118. 4 timeouts for Carroll, 3 for Western. And both teams in the bonus now with 8 fouls. Jock will sub back in here in a minute. This one up, and it is good. So Jock will sub in.
And I think Western will try to put the trap press on where they're going to trap the inbounds press here, and they got Jock up there to do it, who is really long. He's going to come trap and make it tough.
Slavonkinen gets it, and they'll have it knocked out of bounds. Yeah, Jock, he doesn't have a lot of weight, but his wingspan is rather incredible.
Jock, 6'7", but he looks longer than that.
Yeah, he
Phoenix,
does.
Arizona, went to Mesa Community College.
Campbell takes the inbound pass, looking, gets it to Hillman. Carroll wasting time here. 1:08 left in this one. They lead by 10, 62-52. Hillman now on the baseline, tries to go down low, and this one will be tipped out of bounds by Western. 1 minute exactly to go. Carroll looking to get the win here. They lead by 10. Inbound by Hillman will go up top to Slavonkinen. Shot clock at 3, Slavonkinen, little floater, that one no good. Ball tipped out though, and Hillman will come away with it.
And that's Brandon Temple with that tip out.
Resets the shot clock, and now we'll have a foul as Campbell will go to the line.
It's the little things like that that just are so big. And now you got your best free throw shooter at the line.
All right. 44.9 left in this one. Campbell at the line. Carroll leads 62-52.
And Malachi Afwork now checking in. He's another good point guard, another good handler against the press.
Campbell's first one is perfect. Goes up by 11. And the second one, nothing but net, as Shamrock does his job. 64-52, 12-point lead at 44.9. Clark lets it roll. He'll pick it up around the three-point line. Brings it up, working against Slovakinen. He'll go up, lays it in for two. 64-54, 39 seconds, a quick score. Now full court press as Hillman working to get it in against Jock, and Campbell will be fouled, maybe? There, finally. Took three Western players there, and Haverfield not a fan of that foul. Picks up his fourth. Clock stops at 34.8. But one of your best free throw shooters down there to
Yeah,
take
he's the
these.
one you want shooting free throws this time of game. He's had a nice game. Shamrock, we just, sometimes I have to be careful not to take him for granted because he's a one in a million. Just a tremendous article in the Independent Record by Daniel Shepard this week about him. Daniel's done such a good job for Carroll.
Oh, fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We're so fortunate to have him.
Yep. Him and then Chris Peterson also covering high school has just been phenomenal here.
Yeah. Exactly. Chris.
They both do such a fantastic
We
job.
are. We're lucky to have him.
We are. I mean, we went through a period a few years ago where we didn't really have great coverage. And,
exactly.
That has really changed. All right, 15 seconds left. Western conceding defeat here as Carroll College is going to win 64-54, or 66-54, excuse me. The Saints are going to improve to 24-3, 10-2 in the Frontier, while Western will fall to 15-12 and 4-8 in the Frontier Conference. So Carroll gets the win. Let's step aside. When we come back, we will give you some stats and catch up with head coach Kurt Paulson. Once again, the final score, Carroll gets the win, 66-64. You're listening to Carroll College Basketball on Rewind 94.9 FM and online at kcap.com.
For senior night, your Fighting Saints host Providence in their final home game of the regular season. Women tip at 5 p.m., the men at 7 p.m. We ask you please pick up around your seat.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. You guys rock.
Garbage receptacles are located on the walkway in front of the stands and in the concourse. Everyone please drive safely as you leave the Bee Center, and go Saints!
All right, we're back here at the PE Center as Carroll College takes care of business today. They get the sweep over Western. The ladies get the win, and the guys get the win here today. Final score 66-54. Coach, looking at some of these stats,